This is going to be my last video on Xia Pi for a while, as this is the last scenario on the map that I needed to perfect and upload, at least for Dynasty Warrior 6. All three of these scenarios use the exact same character. You're just using Zhang Liao, and you're also taking the exact same route. There's no differences that I really see aside from spawn location. I guess you could say there's, the enemy commander as well, because, on the Lu Bu scenario you fight Liu Bei, on the other two you fight Lu Bu, but it's basically the same premise, you're doing the same things, so I don't find it too big of a difference. The spawn location honestly is a bigger difference, especially when considering the time. This scenario is optimized using a Dapple King, and you can easily jump over the castle wall. Maybe not easily, but you can certainly do it much more easily with the Dapple King than using any other horse with 500 jump. I pulled this off before with a red hair that didn't have a winged hoof, which is like the ability that gives you an extra jump boost, which the Dapple King has. I was using a red hair, which obviously doesn't have that, but I was still able to get onto the castle wall. Now that was like one attempt that I got it, maybe one or two attempts within hundreds, so it's not really consistent at all, and at the time that I did pull it off, I didn't know how to perform the gate glitch that well, so I just kind of messed it up. Theoretically, I guess it could go faster that way. The two other people who ran this map, they used a modded red hair that had winged hoof on it, so they got the jump no problem, but that's obviously not legal, so doing it a legit way would be much harder because there's such a small window that you can actually jump onto that wall when you don't have winged hoof. It's extremely small. And I don't know if, like, red hair, he's big as hell, so I don't know if his size helps out with that or what, but I did get it with him. I don't know if you can get it with any of the others. That was honestly the hardest part about speedrunning this one. I don't find Lu Bu too hard to fight. He is hard to fight, but in comparison to the others, but in general, he's not too bad. As long as he gets off his horse and he doesn't block, he's okay. The gate glitch I found a little bit difficult at first, but it's really just specific movement that you have to pull off, so it's not too bad after you get it down. But when I was first doing it, I had no idea what I was doing, so I was messing it up a lot. So yeah, just a very short speed run. This one doesn't need too much explaining on top of that. Short speed runs can be a little bit more tricky, I found sometimes, because there's such a small room for error. 1 second can make a huge difference, so there's typically a lot more attempts on the shorter ones, even though the longer ones there's like more error because there's more things to do. If that makes sense, but typically they're not as optimized as the shorter ones are. So it's pretty interesting in that way, but that's it for this one. As always, thank you for watching, and I appreciate the support.